So in my opinion, when QA fails sort of quietly, you start paying for it somewhere else. Maybe in customer support, maybe in developer overtime, sometimes in angry reviews as well, unfortunately, and whatnot. It is something that we call it as shadow QA. Shadow QA is what, in our terminology, the testing that happens when nobody really planned for it. And honestly, that's the hidden cost of weak QA processes. When you don't have strong processes in place, your company ends up doing testing through chaos, through late night bug fixes, through support escalations and frustrated Slack threads saying, how did we even miss this? But at QAble, we think of QA entirely differently. We say that you either test your product before release or your users will test it eventually. There's no in between. So we build systems that prevent shadow QA from ever happening. What we do is we implement real time feedback loops, we implement proactive testing, some amount of risk based planning that catches issues before they even show up in production. Because the best QA does not happen after launch. It happens so early, nobody even notices it happening. And that's when you know it's working, right? When it's really invisible. Well, if you're a founder, CTO, or a product lead, here's what you can do right now to fix your shadow QA problem. First things first, you gotta track where your bugs are coming from. If most of them are found by your support team or your users, that's a sign that QA is lagging behind the product. Second, you need to sort of connect QA with your product. You need to let your testers join user interviews. Sort of, they need to see feedback, they need to understand pain points, because they can't really test for what they don't understand. Third, you need to reward prevention and not firefighting. So don't just celebrate quick bug fixes. You really need to celebrate when a tester actually prevents bugs from ever happening. Because every bug caught early is, time, money, and sanity saved for later. So yeah, every team has a shadow QA. You just don't always see it. It could be your support team answering angry tickets. It could be your users and customers leaving bad reviews. It could be your developers fixing things they almost thought were sort of done. And if that's happening in your case, it's not just a QA problem, it's a culture problem. Because you will do QA, I know, either by choice or by consequence. All in all, the goal is not to just stop bugs from reaching users. It is to actually stop your users and customers from becoming your testers. I really hope it makes sense.